I don't know. But Virgil, he's right there. He's right there. He's been proven that he belongs with the top fighters in the division. And, who knows, a couple of fights or next fight or whatever the case may be.
Terence Crawford has finally responded to Virgil Ortiz's call-out after his win against Erickson Lubin. The undisputed super middleweight champion claimed Ortiz was reaching too far, and if he's ready to climb up 2 weight classes, he'd give him a chance.
So well you're doing this is like a rapid fire for a while. I think it's a great fight to make it, but still.
I'm at 168 and I don't go back to any division I leave behind. So if he wants it so bad, he should make the big jump here and let's make it happen. Well, Virgil Ortiz may be ready to make it happen this time. Ortiz called his shot after dispatching Lubin, telling the media during the post-fight press conference, "I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next. It can be Spence next. It could be Crawford next if he still wants to do it."
You want to fight Terence Crawford right now?
I would love to fight him, man. I think he's like probably the #1 pound for pound fighter right now.
Do you think he's out of his peak?
No.
Or is he in his peak now?
I think he's in his peak.
And you're saying you could be the peak prime Terence Crawford?
I'm saying I believe that I can.
I respect that's a fight I have been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. I'm just going to keep doing what I do the best. That is just being me. Virgil Ortiz Jr. has Terence Crawford, Jaron Ennis, and more big names on his radar following his second-round knockout win against Erickson Lubin. Ortiz built on his undefeated record and is now 24-0-0 with 22 knockouts. He wants a big fight next, and fans have wanted to see him against Ennis for a while. Boots and Ortiz squared off in the ring following the Lubin fight, where Ennis announced himself to the 154 pounds division with a first-round knockout win against Wiz Malma.
I believe that I can. No, I respect him as a fighter, though. That's the thing. When I want to fight people, it doesn't mean that, oh, I don't like you. Like, let's get it on. It's more like I respect your skills, and I want to see if I can beat you.
Ortiz put up an equally dominant display, arguably against a better opponent. Hence, Ortiz versus Ennis would be a massive fight at this point. De La Hoya and Ortiz both reflected on what's next following the win against Lubin. Robert Garcia believes Virgil Ortiz Jr. has more options beyond Jaron Boots and after knocking out Erickson Lubin.
Both, it would do really good numbers on pay-per-view, because they should put it on pay-per-view. I think it would do really good numbers on pay-per-view and gate.
Sebastian Fondora is our mandatory. So we would love to take that one too. Errol Spence was here too. Jermall Charlo was here too. Boots is here too. So any of those big fights could happen. We're ready for any of them. Ortiz owns the WBC interim 154 pounds title with Sebastian Fondora serving as the regular champion. A title unification bout makes practical sense, but Fondora remains linked with former champion Keith Thurman. Garcia believes that regardless of who Ortiz fights next, it will headline a major pay-per-view event. The renowned trainer believes his fighter has already become a pay-per-view star and is on the cusp of international superstardom. Vinkson as well.
You named your GOAT was Bud Crawford, and I think a lot of folks are surprised, because obviously contemporary, somebody called out in the past. Why did you rank him as your GOAT?
Well, I think this is going to sound there was a little bit of a misunderstanding. I thought I could only choose one person for GOAT. So,
Ortiz needed just 2 rounds to finish Lubin to improve to 24-0 and collect his second defense of the World Boxing Council interim super lightweight title. The victory prompted a face-off with Ennis in the ring, suggesting that the fight would be next for both title holders. However, as Ortiz's trainer, Garcia believes that his fighter has other options beyond just Ennis. "We're ready for anybody, but we have a lot of options," Garcia said after the fight via SB Nation.
As well, and then one of those fights, Crawford was there in the corner, and you were calling him out. You were saying, "Hey, I will take a fight," because they asked you, "Would you like to take a fight with Crawford?" "Yeah, I would like to take a fight with him." Moving to today, obviously his performance do you feel like a fight with Crawford is closer more than ever now?
First I'll answer the question.
I think this is the perfect moment for Virgil, a Mexican-American, to become a pay-per-view star. The one everybody wants to challenge because it's the biggest fight for them. I think we got options. If it's Boots, beautiful, because that's a huge fight. So is Spence. So is Charlo. So is Fondora. So is Xander's ass. They're all huge fights, and that makes Mexican Americans become a superstar. Eddie Hearn and Ennis were ringside to watch Ortiz Jr. versus Luban. De La Hoya claimed they shouldn't have been there, as now Boots might be afraid to take on Ortiz Jr. He said, "I'm actually skeptical because I told Eddie and Boots, don't come watch Virgil live because you're going to be afraid of what you see."
Question, is this the fight that you want next? Virgil Ortiz against Jaron Boots Ennis?
I think this is the fight that has to happen, man. I think this is it.
It's the best fight in boxing. I think he did a great job. He looked good. But I'm going to show the world why I'm the best in the world. And I'm going to show his team. They've been talking all crazy.
Hey man, I'm going to sit down with Eddie Hearn. We obviously have the upper hand because Virgil is the better man, and see if we can come to terms, which I'm sure we will. De La Hoya added that Andes might look to take another tune-up fight after seeing the danger Ortiz offers. The Golden Boy added that Ortiz hopes to get what he wants financially out of a matchup against Boots, who in his own right is considered one of the best fighters in boxing today. Anyone.
You know, if it's a good fight, if I feel like it's gonna be a great fight, which of course with Crawford, that's a no-brainer for sure. We got to get past this fight, and we can talk about the future.
World Boxing Council interim super welterweight champion Virgil Ortiz Jr. reaffirmed his explosive power by stopping Erickson Lubin just 1 minute and 30 seconds into the second round at the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. With this victory, Ortiz extended his undefeated record and sent a crystal-clear message to the rest of the division. From the opening bell, Ortiz imposed his rhythm and applied his power. Luban managed to stay in the fight through the first round. But in the second, the Texan landed a precise combination that forced Luban against the ropes, prompting the referee to halt the contest.
Talking crazy, and I'm going to back it up, and I'm going to show the world why I'm the best in the world. But like I said,
No one's been talking crazy, bro. Your dad is the first one that said that I was ducking. It's on video. It is on video that he said we ducked and we didn't get no offer.
it don't matter. The time is now. Is there time? Let's get this money and let's make this fight.
This overpowering performance once again showcased Ortiz's ability to end fights decisively. His explosive offense and precision have solidified him as one of the most feared punchers in the super welterweight division, generating anticipation for his next big step among the elite. Crawford in an interview was asked about his next move, if he and his team have decided yet. Interestingly, he revealed that he'll be fighting next in 2026. And when that happens, his opponent will likely be Dimitri Bivol, as talks have been ongoing underground. Yeah, I'm definitely not returning to 154, and I'm not going to 175. 160 is what we're planning on, and Bivol is my target right now, he said. That's the only fight for legacy right now.
If you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, it's a good dude. You know, I mean, he ain't even 168. You know,
not now. It's at 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168. You know?
This is contrary to what others have been calling him out for. Following Crawford's victory, Saudi sports official Turki Al-Alshik suggested a potential mega fight against David Benvitz, asking whether the former champion could still make the 168 pounds weight limit. Benvitz previously sought a title opportunity against Canelo at super middleweight, but did not receive it and subsequently moved up to light heavyweight. With Crawford now the undisputed champion at 168 pounds, a match between the two would provide Benvitez a long-awaited opportunity to compete for a major title. Analysts indicate that while Benvitz possesses a physical size advantage, Crawford's recent performance against Alvarez positions him as the clear favorite.
He's earned it. He is the man right now. He's the top gun. He's, you know, I know you got him, Inoue, and Usyk. They all belong in those three. But Crawford probably just put himself on the top of the hill.
It does matter because you said that we're the ones talking. We're not the ones talking. Oh, we started talking after you guys started talking. It's retaliation. It's retaliation.
Your manager talking all crazy. Oscar talking crazy. It's the time, and I'll make you pay.
So, despite Crawford's choice, some believe that Crawford is likely to retire. After all, he just became the first male boxer to be an undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes, has fought essentially every other great boxer in those weight classes, has an undefeated record, and might have made 9 figures by fighting Canelo. In other words, he has nothing to prove and perhaps nothing left to fight for. That being said, given that Crawford is now undoubtedly one of the sport's biggest stars, he would be leaving a lot of money on the table by retiring right now. Not only is a lucrative rematch against Canelo on the table, but Crawford has his pick of the litter in fighting anybody from 154 pounds all the way up to 174 pounds if he so desires.
think that when you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You know, say, all right, you know, how big is this thing really? Because they've been this right as well. You know, me personally, I believe that.
Teddy Atlas is one of the most respected figures in the boxing community. And during a recent episode of his The Fight with Teddy Atlas podcast, he spoke about what Crawford might do next in his career. The world is his, and whatever he chooses, Atlas said of Crawford's next fight. He's earned it. He is the man right now. He is the top gun. Crawford probably put just himself on the pound for pound, top of the hill, top of the mountain. Now he gets to choose. He wants to go down in weight. He doesn't want to stay up there. He wants to go down to 160. I always worry that when you put that much muscle on Bud to come back down because it's hard to lose muscle, Atlas added of Crawford.
The mountain, you know, and he's just to the victor goes the spoils, baby. He gets to choose. He's special. He showed that. Now he gets to choose. He wants to go down. He doesn't want to stay up there. He wants to go down to 160.
But he's smart. His people are so smart. At the end of the day, he's smart. He's not going too far. He's going down 8 pounds. He could do that and still not hurt himself physically. So, it's purely up to him. It sounds like Atlas would prefer that Crawford doesn't go back down to the lower weight divisions after finding success at 168 pounds. And given that he doesn't have to cut as much weight to make super middleweight, Crawford would probably prefer the same.
You know, without him, you know, really wanting to fight and putting forth the effort into doing what he can do along with me to get this fight done, we would be fighting. So it's only right that I give him that same, you know,
I want and I need. So after I do my thing, you know, Saturday night and be victorious, you know, I feel like it's only big name fights from here on out. You know, only main event headlines and pay-per-view headlines, pay-per-view fighting. So that's my goal.
Your skills against their skills.
Matchroom Boxing head Eddie Hearn said talks were ongoing for Crawford to take on former unified welterweight champion Jaron Ennis, who's getting ready to make his 154-pound debut on October 11th against Wismal Lima. Terence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis for me is the best fight in American boxing, Hearn told reporters on Wednesday. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford to get him interested because Crawford knows how good Boots is. I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that it is a real fight. For me, Boots is the new Crawford. We just have to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
Fight that makes a whole lot of sense, and a fight that stylistically will be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis.
I don't think I think he's going backwards.
But
for Terence,
to that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.